Yeah, I welcome you to today's class. In today's class, we'll be looking at trigonometry function. Under it, we'll be looking at factor/product formula. The reason why I wrote this is in some textbooks you might see it as factor formula, while in other textbooks you see it as what? Product formula. They both make the same thing. You get that? Okay. Let me apologize. I thought I already done this before. I didn't know I haven't do it. So let's run through this because you can see from our first principle classes we have been using this. So please let's go through this now. Now, when we talk about factor or product formula, this is all you have to know from your compound angle. Please follow me as I go. You know this sine A plus B plus sine A minus B. You also know sine A plus B minus sine A minus B. You also know cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. You also know cos A minus B, A plus B minus cos A minus B. Alright? These are what you just need to know, and they are very easy to understand. You can see everything here, they are all positive, everything here are all negative. The difference is just plus, minus. You get that? So this is how you bring out all this. I hope you get that. So now, from our compound angle classes, I've already shown to us sine A plus B. Sine A plus B is nothing but what? Sine A cos B plus what? Cos A sine B. And I've also shown to us that sine A minus B is equals to what? Sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. And I've also shown this cos A plus B is equals to what? Cos A cos B minus sine A sine B. You have to know this also, cos A minus B is equals to what? Cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. So these are what you use, compound angle. So now, this expression that is here, we have, let's start with this one. So for one, we have sine A plus B, which is equals to what? Which is plus sine A minus B equals to, now, from our compound angle, I already know my expression of sine A plus B. Sine A plus B is nothing but what? Sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. So I'm going to write that here. Sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. So plus sine A minus B. Sine A minus B is equals to what? Sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. You get that? So which is equals to, if you look at this now, we have cos A sine B, we have cos A sine B. So cos A sine B minus cos A sine B, we cancel out. Cos A sine B minus cos A sine B is what? 0. So we'll be left with what? Sine A cos B sine A cos B. So sine A cos B plus sine A cos B is what? 2 sine A cos B. Very simple. So now the next one, we'll leave that. So the next one is what? Sine A plus B minus sine A minus B, which is equals to what? You already know sine A plus B is there. It's nothing but sine A cos B plus cos A sine B, right? So now, minus. Notice this minus, you introduce your brackets. Please, notice this minus. Then you introduce your brackets, then you now put in the expression of this sine A minus B, which is what? Sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. So you see this minus will neutralize everything inside the bracket. Then we'll be left with sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. Minus times this is going to give us minus sine A cos B. Minus times minus is what? Plus. So which is plus cos A sine B. So if you look at this now, sine A cos B minus sine A cos B, we what? Cancel out. So we'll be left with what? We'll be left with sine A cos A sine B plus cos A sine B, which is what? 2 cos A sine B. Hope you get that. Okay. So the next one is what? Cos A plus cos B plus cos A minus B, which is equals to cos A plus B is there also, which is what? Cos A cos B minus sine A sine B plus cos A minus B. Look at it, cos A minus B is there, which is what? Cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. Okay, so if you look at this, minus sine A sine B plus minus sine A sine B will cancel out. So we'll be left with what? Cos A cos B plus cos A cos B, which is what? 2 cos A cos B. Hope you get that. So the last but not the least here is what? Cos A plus B minus cos A minus B, which is equals to cos A plus B is also there, which is still what? Cos A cos B minus sine A sine B. Don't forget this minus. Note it. When you write your minus, then you introduce your what? Bracket. Then you write the expression for what? This cos A minus B. Cos A minus B is still what? Cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. So you can now open this one bracket now. You can now open this bracket. When you open this bracket, you are going to have cos A cos B minus sine A sine B minus times this is what? Minus cos A cos B minus sine A sine B. Hope you get that. So if you look at this now, what we cancel out? Cos A cos B minus cos A cos B we cancel out. Then we'll be left with what? Minus sine A sine B minus sine A sine B, which is nothing but what? Which is nothing but don't know, maybe you can see this here. Yeah. You should be able to see it now. So which is will be equals to minus sine A sine B minus sine A sine B, which is what? Minus 2 sine A sine B. How do you get that? So these are all the answers we have for this. So let me put all this here now. So let me clean this place. Let me put them here. Okay, so now for sine A plus B plus or I don't even need that same. Let me just want to everything I get here, let me put them here. For number 1, the answer I got was what? 2 sine A cos B. For number 2, the answer was what? 2 cos A sine B. For number 3, the answer was what? 2 cos A cos B. And the last but not the least is what? Minus 2 sine A sine B. Hope you get this. So now I can clean this part. So we'll talk about the next step. So originally, this is what we mean by what? Factor formula. So can we still transform this trigonometric function into another function, not exactly another thing, just to change it the way we are seeing it? Since we have a plus b all through here and a minus b all through here, so let us look at what we can do. Let's assume let a plus b be equals to anything, let's say p or y or x. Should I say x? Okay, let me say s. And a minus b, and then a minus b be equals to what? Y. So it means that anywhere I see a plus b here, I'm going to replace it with what? S. Anywhere I see a minus b, I'm going to replace it with what? Y. You get that? So now, and don't forget, we still have a and b here, right? So now, if we are saying a plus b should be equals to s and a minus b should be equals to y, it means we can solve these two equations. We solve for our a and we solve for our what? B. So let's solve this simultaneously. A plus b equals to what? S, equation 1. And a minus b equals to what? Y, equation what? 2. So let's add the two equations together. If you add the two equations together, a plus a is what? 2a. B plus minus b is nothing but what? 0. So this will cancel out. Then we'll be left with s plus what? S plus y. So for me to get a now, a is nothing but what? S plus y over 2. Do you get that? So can I get b? Can I get b? Yes, I can also get b. I can get b from any of these equation. I can substitute s plus y over 2 for a in equation 1. But instead of doing that, still using this same simultaneous equation, yes, if you do that, you get your answer. Instead of me wasting my time, look at this. I've gotten my a. So a plus b equals to what? S, equation 1. A minus b equals to y, equation what? Number 2. Before I add the equations together, right? Now let me subtract. If I subtract these two equations, I will get my b. So let's subtract now. A minus a is what? 0. B minus b is what? Minus times minus is what? Plus. So it becomes b plus what? B. So anytime you see b minus b is what? 2b. Which is equals to s minus what? Y. So for me to get my b now, my b will be equals to what? S minus y over 2. I hope you get this. So now let us substitute all this now into this equation that we have. So what do we have? We have our a. Our a is equals to what? Our a is equals to what? S plus y over 2. And our b is equals to what? S minus y over 2. You get that? And don't forget, the assumption is let a plus b be equals to what? S, and a minus b be equals to what? Y. So let me go now. In all these things now, let's start with 1. So it should be what? Sine a plus b is what? S, plus a minus b is what? Y, sine y. Will be equals to 2 sine. A is what? A is what? S plus y over 2 cos s minus y over 2 for b, cos b. You get that? So now, for number 2 now, we have sine a plus b. A plus b is what? S plus minus sine a minus b is what? Y. So which is equals to 2 cos a. A is what? S plus y over 2 sine b, which is what? S minus y over 2. Do you get that? So you don't need to count. Don't memorize all this. You can see the way I just bring it out. Do you get that? So now we have cos a plus b. A plus b is still what? S plus cos what? Y equals to what? 2 cos s plus y over 2 cos s minus y over 2. You get that? So now, for now, we have cos a minus b is still what? S minus cos y equals to what? Minus 2 sine s plus y over 2 sine s minus y over 2. So this is how we arrive at this. So thank you very much. If you enjoyed the video, please kindly like, comment and subscribe. Please don't forget, very important, you share with your friends who might be in need of this. Thanks. This is what I mostly use in the first principle. Please take note of this, and you have to learn this. Thanks. I remain your beloved tutor, Jerry.